Hello and welcome to today's podcast, where we will be discuss the books Learn Lean Startup by Eric Ries. This book has become the most read for entrepreneur and business owner alike, and it presents a new approach to building and growing startups. At its core, the Lean Startup is all about developing a startup that can quickly adapt to change, minimize waste, and continuously innovate. Rise argues that startups should embrace a new way of thinking, one that is focused on the experimentation, iteration, and customer feedback. This approach is called the lean startup methodology. The first part of the book discusses the fundamental principle of the lean startup approach. Raj introduced the concept of the minimum viable product MVP, which is the smallest possible version of the product that can be tested and validated. The MVP is designed to get feedback from the early adopters, allowing the startup to quickly learn what works and what doesn't. This feedback is then used to refine the product and iterate on it until it meets the need of the customer. Rise also emphasized the importance of using validated learning to inform business decisions. He argues that startups should use metrics and data to track their progress and make decisions based on they learn. This approach allows startups to avoid making assumptions or relying on intuition, which can often lead to costly mistakes. The second part of the book focuses on the lean startup methodology in action. Rise provide a real world example of a startup that have successfully used this approach to build and grow their businesses. One of the key themes throughout the example is the idea of pivoting. A pivoting is a change in direction that a startup makes based on customer feedback or other data. Pivoting allows a startup to quickly adapt to changing market conditions and avoiding wasting time and resources on the ideas that are not working. Rise also discussed the concept of continuous deployment, which involves releasing new feature and update to customer on regular basis. This approach allows a startup to quickly test and validate new idea, and it keeps them ahead of the competition. By constantly releasing a new feature, startup startup can also keep customer engaged and excited about the product. In third part of the book, Rise discuss how to scale a lean startup. He argues that the startup should focus on the building sustainable business model rather than just trying to grow as quickly as possible. This means taking long-term approach and focusing on creating value of the customer. Rise also discuss the importance of creating culture of innovation within the startup, one that encourages experimentation and learning. Overall, the lean startup present a new and innovative approach to building and growing startups. It emphasizes the importance of experimentation, iteration, and customer feedback, and it provides practical advice on how to implement these principles. Whether you are a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting out, this book is a must read for anyone looking to build a successful startup in today's rapidly changing business landscape. Thank you for listening to today's podcast, The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. I hope you found this summary helpful, and I encourage you to read the book. It's entirely to fully appreciate value of lean startup methodology.